Good afternoon, hope you're all well. Welcome back to the bird room. Today I'm just going to quickly talk about topping up your chicks when you need to. Um, it's something that I don't like to do unless 100% necessary. I mean, I've got chicks down in this cage here. There is actually 6 in there due to the fact that some of hers and some of the Norwich, and obviously the Norwich are not feeding, and this was a banker for me for me to actually get her to feed them rather than the Norwich, knowing that the Norwich won't probably feed as well. Also, I've got the Linnet mules under the Norwich. The Linnet's not attempting to feed. The Norwich hen at the moment is not really attempting to feed either. So under them scenarios, that is why I would top them up. Um, I would guess that when the chicks are slightly older, maybe 5 days old, there's more movement, a bit bigger, so the end would be more tempted to feed them because they've got more control. But as they are now, I'm just topping them up. When definitely I do them in the morning, night time. First thing in the morning when I come in, I'll have a quick look, and as I go around the young uns and put fresh soaked seed and egg food in, I will have a quick look while she's off the nest and give them a quick top up. But one thing to bear in mind, if you are topping them up, it is a top up, not feed them up. Because if you feed them too much, like fill the crop completely, the end's just not wanting to feed at all. What she'll be doing is, while you've got the nest out, she'll be off the nest filling her self up, ready to feed them young ones. And obviously, if she gets into um, back to the chicks to actually feed them, and they don't want feeding because they fall, she'll just lose interest quite quick. So it is just a matter of if one falls behind or two fall behind in the nest of 5, just to top them up, just to make sure that they don't fall behind too much in comparison of size. Like I said, it's something that I don't like to do where I don't need to. So far this year I've not had to do it, but obviously now with the chicks, which I'll show you shortly, I am going to have to do it just to make sure that they get through the first 5 days. The mix I'm using is, I have said this before, it's only one I will use. I've tried others in the past, but this All Ups and mix is brilliant and so easy to use, so simple. I mean, this is my mix I've got here. I use a syringe, just basically mix it up to a paste. Make sure you can pull it with the syringe and syringe it in. One thing to bear in mind, when you are feeding it to your young ones, make sure before you put the chicks back they're nice and clean around the beak, because what will happen is the hen will come in, she'll try and clean it up, and clumsy hens might grab hold and bites it and throw it. So just make sure they're nice and clean before putting them back. And rearing, for instance, is totally different. You're in control of everything at that point if you're hand rearing them, but it's the same thing to use if you're hand rearing as well. The hand mix, I know a lot of you do buy it from us, but yeah, hand rearing is totally different to topping up. So I'll get them out now and just give you a quick shot of me topping them up. Right, let's see if we can check which ones need it. I mean, you can see one there that's not really got much inside. What I've got is in the syringe here. That's all it takes, nice and clean. That one needs a little bit. This is probably the biggest one in there, that one. That's simple. Right, you. Like I said, I'm not filling them right up. I'm just making sure that they've got a little bit in the crop, because the pair are actually doing quite a good job. So yeah, they're looking all right. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit. Obviously the chicks are quite young. I think they're about 3 days old now. Um, One more thing I just want to mention. Money with birds. It's quite a taboo subject in a lot of aspects, whether it be buying or selling. There's a lot of people don't like to talk about it. But one thing just to bear in mind, if you imagine one pair of canaries, just think about what that's going to cost you for one pair to keep, breed for 1 year. I guess, maybe have a guess, what do you think it'd be? Bearing in mind your seed and all that. Off top of my head, from what I've worked out it to be, it's going to be around £50 or £60, and I'll tell you why. In fact, it'd probably be a lot more than that. Canary seed. I would say a sack of canary seed is going to probably do one pair for a year. Egg food. Egg food, £30 on average. There is some a lot more expensive, same as the canary seed. That takes it already to £50. Green food. How much green food do you use per year? How much do you use per week? Firstly, £2, £3. Broccoli, spinach, whatever you're using. I would say on average £2. Times that, obviously through the weeks of breeding season, you know, it all adds up. Your bedding that you're using on the floor, maybe what, one bale, probably for one pair a year, £10. We're already at £70. Nesting material, nest felts, you could knock that up to another tenner. So when people think that there's a lot of money to be made in birds, there definitely isn't. I mean, I'm going on a pair of canaries, a pair of standard canaries, not show quality. Show quality birds are totally different to just a generic canary, because obviously the show type, much harder to breed. You need to keep a lot more of them to get the standard to keep going. One thing I didn't mention there is water and supplements for your birds. I don't know how much water costs. I don't know. It's ridiculous. We don't have a water meter, so I can't really scale it down. But like I said, one thing to think about when you're actually buying birds. Sometimes, say if you're going to go and buy a greenfinch, a Norwich, goldfinch, and someone wants 50, 60, £100. Think what it's cost them to get it there. So just bear that in mind. It is a subject, I mean, as a lot of people do know me, especially friends in the hobby, know that I would rather give them the birds to breed out and we come to an agreement, or swap birds in exchange for me to keep the bloodlines, you know, quite similar. But it is, I mean, if you think about it, the pinkies that people use for the goldfinches, the live food you use for the siskins or chaffinches or brambles, and comes to buying a pair of maybe brambles or yellow hammers, maybe £150. Some might say, wow, that's quite a lot, but it's not. Factor in what that bird has cost to bring to that point. I'm not going to go into much depth about it, but just think about that when you're going out to buy whatever bird you're looking for after a breeding season, and just think, right, yeah, it's cost this, this, this and this. Medication again. There's a lot goes into bringing them birds up to that stage before someone wants to buy them. So just bear that in mind. Anyway, I'm just going to finish off with a couple of clips from around the room. Only on a couple, because next Friday's episode is going to be plenty to see. With the brambles on eggs, a lot of the British on eggs in fact. So it's something to look forward to. Also, next Wednesday's episode will be announcing the winner of the competition we did. If you haven't already entered the competition, go back and watch My Life in Birds. Everything's on there, what you need to know. And yeah, just enter it. It's simple. We will be, like I said, picking a winner at random next Wednesday. We'll be announcing that on next Wednesday's show. Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope I haven't bored you too much. if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and leave any comments with any messages. Don't forget, if you need anything, directbirdproducts.com, our website, head over there to get everything you need. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the evening. This cage 3, she's just going down again, as you can probably see in there. Is the greenfinch I took out of the flight like I mentioned before, and there's also a young fife in there. Here is 5 young fifes just ready to leave the nest. These parents have done a fabulous job of bringing these up. This is in cage 2. Here is the Yorkie cross, fife cross Norwich, with 5 back on eggs. The other ram was dead in shell like I explained before. Quick shot of this nest here while it ends off. 3 young fife in there doing brilliantly. This is cage 1. These are what I've shown you on Wednesday, comparing the others at the other side of the bird room.